Hello and welcome to the John B. Levy & Company podcast. I'm your host, Rick Young. We're talking with Principal Andy Little today. And Andy, what's the issue regarding real estate owners who believe they can get special discounts on their loans and with special servicers? What's that about?
Yeah, that's a question that we get quite a bit from borrowers. There seems to be a perception amongst borrowers that in this difficult time to find money that, hey, maybe we can get a discount from our lender. Well, that's a question that has multiple foundational questions you have to answer first. The first question is, who is your lender? Is it a bank? Is it a CMBS lender? Is it an insurance company? Once you answer that, you can move on to whether it's recourse or non-recourse, whether the borrower guarantees it or not. The third question that the borrower needs to answer is, what's their property worth in relation to the loan? And once you answer those questions, I think you can start to figure out how you can approach your lender for possibly a discount. What we're experiencing, however, is that there's a lot of advice being given out in the market where you simply stop paying on your loan and lo and behold, you'll get a discount. That's really bad advice in general. I think what you need to do is take a more measured approach and get to someone who knows, has been through the ropes, and can figure out a way to get to the lender and can walk you through the general guidelines of how to approach a lender if you do have a problem, and then they can get into the nuances which may enable you to get a discount.
And who are these special servicers?
If you do have a CMBS loan and you do have a problem, you will eventually get to what's called the special servicer. The special servicer is a part of the CMBS world where they're managing problem assets. What we have found is that these special servicers are very bright people. They look at a borrower and try to determine whether the borrower is part of the problem, part of the solution. They generally are looking for the borrower to come to them with a solution, and it generally involves money. So the special servicer is there to manage the loan for the CMBS.
Andy, there are drastically different stories floating around about capital availability. Can you set us straight on that?
Well, that's another great question, Rick. I think there is a lot of stories out there, and it's generally true that there is a lot of capital on the sidelines. What we have found is that there's probably more capital today than there are good deals, at least the perception of good deals. And that money is coming from all around the world. The global markets, especially in the last couple of weeks, have gone into total disarray, and that is creating all kinds of run to hard assets. U.S. real estate is really sought after. So what we have here is sort of a tale of two cities. You have the gateway cities where there's a lot of capital available, then you have everyone else, the secondary and the tertiary markets. You have that same thing going on in the lending world where you have a desire to lend on primo assets and virtually no desire to lend on properties that aren't the top, the A of the A.
How about any other opportunities?
Yeah, and it goes back to what we were talking about with the special servicers. If you have a property that is worth more than the loan, and it's a CMBS loan, and the special servicer is willing to work with you if you bring capital, but you don't have any capital. We think there's opportunities for equity investors to bring that capital. So it would be a temporary problem at a property that's creating an issue with the loan. If you bring new equity to a deal, there's plenty of opportunity to bring new equity to deals today that are hard to refinance and are problem loans, but in the long term will be good opportunities.
All right, thanks a lot, Andy.
Thank you, Ray.
For more information, give us a call at 804-644-2000.